Okay, I think if we look here on the left, I said there was a little bit of a upright posture. Now, it's not that much a change. It won't look that different in terms of we sort of trying to make the same sort of size. It doesn't look like there's that much more tilt, but I think you felt a little bit more, especially when you change clubs, adjusting up and down for the club. But what you'll notice now in terms of this swing, when you go back on this left-hand one, how much kind of knee movement you have, and before that club gets sort of above your waist, there's a big gap in the knees, whereas this one now you're able to move, the gap in the legs is a lot smaller, so there's a much more stable base to swing from. This one here now, as you continue on, the legs moving a lot, left foot's lifting, and your head kind of looks a bit almost on the tilt there. Now your arms are getting nice and high, but it almost looks at the way you've got that is kind of like lifting your arms and your shoulders this way, as opposed to just a better turn with your posture being better. Then because of the way you've done that, and now you start coming back, the club now coming back over the top, this position here now is going to lend itself to a potential shag, as that club is coming into the golf ball there now. So just before the golf ball struck, that club, we can see that is basically the hosel of your golf club. So unless you hang back on it a little bit and give the club time to keep working round left, you're going to shank it. But as you warm up, as we said, you're going to move left because you know you should do, and your body's able to move better as you warm up. You're just going to shank it. And that's the problem. You're going to lend yourself to that shot there. Okay, so for this one on the right-hand side now, again, good turn of shoulders, arms up nice and high, really good. Now your arms can drop. Yeah, and look where that club is coming from there.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, exactly. So straight line. That movement there now is creating that kind of path in the golf ball, whereas the one you had before, where you were coming over the top there now, that kind of chucking that club over the top here, coming through your right shoulder, outside the line. Like I say, you still hit some reasonable shots from there, but it was very, very risky way of doing it. Whereas this one now, the club is working much more underneath your right shoulder, sort of through your bicep there, as you can see. Coming down more from the inside, striking right at that line. Nice balance and a little bit of draw after the shot there. So the feeling, if you let down, is the arms are going to work up and down. Okay, you've got a good posture over the ball. You turn in nicely, the arms are going up. The arms have got to come down first. If the body gets a little bit grip tight and the first move now is a twist, your arms start coming outside. So it's practicing up against that wall. When you're here now, imagine that wall kind of behind you there, and you're trying to drag that club kind of down. You see the club gets back on the wall there, okay, and then starts feeling like the club's coming down here. Whereas this one, you'll see, as you get the top of the backswing here now, you get on the wall there now. He's come off pretty quick. He's already going over the top there quite a lot. There's no part of that club's going to be touching that wall behind you there now. Only about here when you sort of laid it off, but it's already now moving off. Yeah, that club is kind of coming in this direction, not that direction. Yeah. Think about if you're in a skimmer pebble. That's how your right arm want to come. You don't want to be throwing it down into the ground, okay? And I would encourage practicing, like I say, on the sims here now, using these different holes, yeah? Just find different par threes and just challenge yourself. Okay, right, I'm going to try and set myself a target to get my average under 10, 20 yards or whatever it may be. And then once you've got a number on the screen, you can go, okay, now this last one, God, you get this last one in quite... You put a bit of pressure on your practice, not like the massive amount you get on the golf course, but a little bit more than just willy-nilly whacking golf balls and just... until the ball goes straight and guys go, oh, that was a good one, oh, I'll finish on a good one, and you leave 10 balls on the range, oh, I'll just finish on a good one. I don't need pressure in practice. Well, if you don't put pressure in practice, then when you get out there, it's going to be a lot harder, yeah? They always say, the quote that was it Michael Jordan said on that Last Dance, make practice a nightmare or make practice hard to make playing easier. If training is like intense and hard and difficult, putt to holes that are this big or putt to a tee peg. If you can hit a tee peg from 5, 6 foot or 10 foot when you putt in practice, then those 4.5 inches are going to seem massive, isn't it? So you just make things in some ways slightly more difficult. Keep changing clubs in practice. Don't stick with the same club because again that becomes easier. Hit 5 shots to one par 3, change par 3, use a different club. 5 shots to that one, different club, and so on. Okay, mate, makes sense?
Sounds good.
But I say, got to make some really, really good progress there, mate, with that backswing. I think just working on that drop with the arms as the arms come down. Once the arms come down, it just gets you into a really good kind of pebble skim position. So your arm nicely into your body here, and just sort of you can just spin your arms and give it a rip. It's great. Very good.